Hey, welcome back everybody. We are going on to the final match of Group B, the last game of the night. It's very sad, but it's alright.
Yeah.
We got more stuff next week anyway.
Yeah, we've all got more stuff. Always got more stuff for you guys. It has been a bit of an emotional evening for me. I've seen G5 go down. I've seen Project go down. Two players who I would have really wanted to go through, but it's not all bad because we're seeing plenty of good guys go through as well. I am deep down inside of me. I'm very glad that Zeke went through because it would have just felt wrong if he hadn't. I hope he steps up his game, but it would have felt like an incomplete tournament if he wasn't in the next round.
It would have been crazy, man. It would have been crazy.
It would have been like winning the OSL when Flash wasn't playing. It's like, yeah, good, but you know,
or you know, winning the OSL when Bisu got knocked out in the, you know, to a Zerg. I mean,
yeah.
Anyway, yes, final match: Nemu versus Bakuryu.
Indeed,
it's gonna be another TVZ, and it's gonna be on Fighting Spirit.
We've had our fill of TVZ for the evening, but there's still one more to come, and I'm interested to see how Nemu plays this. I think he's going to have lost the attitude for now. I think he's going to take this very, very seriously because he's on the edge of going through here, which I'm not sure he necessarily expected to do. I know he came in big talking, but he didn't seem to be taking himself 100% seriously, you know?
Well, here's the thing though. He's already BM'd Bakuryu, right? He did it in the last game. So even if he doesn't, it's already out of the way. So maybe this was part of his planning ahead, is that now he can focus on the game because he's already done his BM.
I think that's good. I think that's good science.
Yeah. It's crazy planning, man. This Nemu guy, he's pretty smart. He's pretty
One
smart.
step ahead of competition, isn't he?
Anyway, before we go into the game, though, I want to give another huge shout out to our sponsors, Razer and Twitch. Without them, none of this would be possible. So go buy their stuff. It's pretty awesome. Look, I already bought like a Razer mouse and everything. Yeah, look at that sick symbol. Yeah. All right.
You're so manly.
Yeah. Cool.
Cool indeed. Yep.
Thanks to Team Liquid as well. And
big thanks to Team Liquid.
With that, let us go into the game. And here we go into the final game of the night. At the top right as the yellow Terran we have Nemu BG, and at the bottom left we have LRM Bakuryu.
Yes, indeed we do. And yeah, as Sal said, the final game of the night. It's been a good return for me. I felt like I've really missed doing this. It's always good to have a break, but it's always good to come back. I missed you, Mr. Sale. I missed these times we have.
Aww.
Yeah.
I miss you too, again.
Gotta come in for the sentimental moment right there. One, get a tear rolling down my cheek. The viewers can't see it, but I assure you it's there.
See, Elegant says that, but he actually totally ditched us though when he was away. He totally just up and left.
Hey.
Now he's back now, but Elegant.
I had important James Bond style business.
Sorry, he was saving the world, guys. It's okay. You should forgive him.
I was saving the world.
There was a nuclear crisis in Southeast Asia.
Yeah.
Need to go fix that.
Yeah, but don't worry, guys. It's okay now. Everything's sorted. It's good. I'm on the case.
Yeah, we're gonna have cross-map positions once again here. So if Nemu is thinking about any kind of craziness, it's probably not going to work as well. Although he's not going for an ARAX like he did against Michael. So that's good.
Yes. And he's probably, whatever he does, he's not going to literally announce it at the beginning of the game either. I think he's past that stage now.
Wait, he hasn't said anything at all this game, has he?
No.
Wow.
Like I said, I think he's really knuckling under for this one.
Wow, that's crazy.
I know. I know.
Man, what's happened? He's
Serious
turned over a new
business.
leaf. Somebody should check his hotkeys. Somebody should check his BM hotkeys. I bet he's got a macro set up to BM, so he just like hits F12 and it spews out a bunch of BM random stuff, you know? I mean, if you're going to BM every game, you might as well have a macro for it.
Yeah,
you
should
like check the hotkey thing and see if he's actually got a macro set up.
If
not, it might not even be him.
Yeah, that also saves from embarrassing typos. Because when you're BMing, the last thing you want is a typo. Oh my god, you may as well just leave there and then. Whereas if you've got a nice macro for it, no worries. You're never going to say toy when you're meant to say two or any of that.
Indeed, indeed. Anyway, we are just seeing a very standard 12 hatch versus 1 Rex, presumably into expand here. And a drone scout gonna go check out. Probably gonna actually reach the natural right as the command center is gonna be planted. He might even be able to block this, which would be
He
nice.
should be able to block it. Maybe. How's the timing gonna work out? He's gonna not be able to block it. Look at that. Drone heads straight on into the main. And the command center is happening, but you might be able to delay it a little bit by pissing off the SCV, but no, it looks like he's not even going to bother. Gonna head straight out with that drone instead. Both players now getting the full scout off on each other. And the third hatchery happening down the bottom left hand corner as well from Bakuryu. So once again, standard stuff.
Yep. And
Apart from the gas, we have a gas coming in from Nimi. This is quite interesting.
yeah, I wonder if he's going to do the project build +1 5-Rex. Well, it's not really the project build. It's actually quite standard, but
Yeah,
I don't know, but what is he gonna do it? Yeah, I think he's gonna do it. I don't think he'll go for factory now. I was gonna say maybe he'll try something crazy, but I'm pretty sure it's just +1 5-Rex. It's quite interesting actually to see him, despite being a random player, actually having some pretty solid non-cheesy play here.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Not necessarily orthodox though, because of course he did go for Hydra Lurk last game, which is fairly. Oh my God, is he gonna? Oh wait, did he not see the Overlord? Did you see that? His Marine actually almost, I think maybe it saw it, but he saw the Lings out already, so he didn't think he had enough time to kill it or something.
Yeah, I think he probably wouldn't have enough time. I mean, he's already seen how wrong it can go if you throw away Marines in the early game, so I think he's gonna be careful in this one.
Alright, looks like, yep, it is just +1. And sorry, I'm getting very distracted by Harm in the chat. Ugh!
You gotta close the chat.
Focus. I know. This is terrible. I'm being Wait, is it slander? No, libel. Wait, if you're typing in a chat, is it libel or slander? Or is it libel? Libel?
I think
libel.
it's
slander. Which one is it?
Slander,
slander is when you're saying something, right, and it's BM, and libel is when you're writing something and it's BM. So I guess technically it's libel.
I think it's.
Oh wait, H-Pig does law. He knows. H-Pig, how can I sue Harm? Can you sue Harm for me? Can you like take his money and then we can host another TLS or something? Let's do that.
Let's do that. Okay, Hawaiian Pig's on it.
All right, sweet.
Oh, it's only slander. Down.
Anyway.
Oh, you can still sue for that. Yeah, you can still do all right. We have a bunker being made up at the front of Nimu's base. I think that's sensible. I think that's good. Bakuryu looking like he's sniffing around with a bunch of lings. He's going to try and dart in, but no dice. There are plenty of Marines ready and waiting. I think there's 8 Marines in total already out the front there. Meanwhile, throwing down a bunch more barracks. We've got 3 barracks happening, 2 in the making, 1 completed. I expect we'll see a couple more happening quite soon as well from Nimu. Whilst Bakuryu is already on the Spire tech. He's got his Spire about a third of the way done. So we're going to have mutas happening quite soon from him as well. I'm looking around. Okay, we do have. We've had an engineering bay for quite a while. We've got the +1 weapons happening. So it's all looking quite good for Nimu so far. He should be entirely safe. Meanwhile, Bakuryu throwing down the top left-hand corner base.
Yes, indeed. Just taking another main. I don't think it matters too much which one you take on this map, actually. Whether you take the top right,
No,
sorry,
probably
top left
not.
or the bottom right. Well, let me think about this.
I just thought bottom right.
I think it's pretty close. Sorry, what?
No, I for some reason it just looks like the bottom right is somehow more accessible. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's quite similar. One interesting thing though, so if you compare the thing that Nimu's doing right now to what Project did, so obviously it's 4x against 5x, so that's kind of a clear difference. But also, Project saved up 600 minerals and then threw down 4 barracks at the same time, whereas Nimu threw them down separately as soon as he got the minerals. Now, it doesn't make a huge difference which one you do. It's kind of both of them. Pro gamers do both ways. I think the main difference is obviously if you build them as soon as you get the minerals, you can maybe squeeze out a couple extra Marines.
Yeah.
But if you build them all at the same time, I think it helps your production cycles because you can make sure they all line up, together.
I think that's a big deal because I mean Marines can be so fast.
Yeah.
And it also looks cool when you've got them all kind of blinking away and all the Marines pop out.
Yeah.
It just makes it more satisfying. But yeah, I think that's a pretty big deal because it's so hard to keep up on Marine macro. Oh, throwing away a couple of Marines for free right there because they just complete so incredibly quickly. I mean, it's both a blessing and a curse in many ways. Meanwhile, we do have the first missile turrets heading up for Nimu, not a moment too soon because the mutas are about to arrive. But his natural looks pretty safe. His missile turret placement not absolutely 100% project perfect, so pretty good nonetheless. And he should be okay to defend quite easily and should be free to move around with his Marines. Meanwhile, the Mute is trying to do some damage to the Marine Ball. Oh my god, but getting severely caught right there, losing one Muta, probably losing health quite significantly off another. So Bakary are going to have to step up his micro if he's going to be able to hold off his Marines, edging in with the Lings there as well, looking like he might fancy a surround, but not quite doing so. And once again, getting caught. His Muta's taking quite a few Marine hits. He's got to be way more careful, otherwise his delaying tactics are just not going to be able to pay off.
Oh man, what is going on with Bakuryu's Muta micro right now? Losing yet another Muta. I don't think it's done any real tangible damage here, like sniped a couple Marines, but really would rather be like abusing the back of the natural here, sniping off SEVs, and instead he's just kind of poking around on these Marines. I don't know what he's worried about.
Oh no.
And another Muta going down here, what the heck?
Wow, Bakuryu not looking too on the ball with his Mutinous micro today. And in this moment I realised...
Oh no!
Oh god, Bakuryu, please take more care. Looks like he's going to just about escape with his Mutants. Nemu laying down the scan, but he's not going to be able to chase down his Mutants anymore. But Bakuryu doing pretty much no damage with those at all. And losing maybe 4 or even 5 Mutalists in total there. But as I was about to say, suddenly in this situation I realised that I don't want Bakuryu to go out, I want Bakuryu to go through. I like Bakuryu too much. I don't want this to happen. I want him to do better. He has replenished his Mutaclad a little bit and he's going to have to go in for a second try and do some damage to this Marine Ball.
Man, you know, it's funny that you say that. Bakuryu's definitely one of those guys that's like super duper good, but just hasn't really been able to get, you know, a big win under his belt. It's definitely deserving of one. So yeah, I agree. It'd be a little bit sad to see him go out here in the group stage, but he is in a kind of a rough shape here. He does have lurkers in time to defend the third base, so he's going to be fine against this Marine attack that's coming his way. But yeah, I mean, those Mutas that was like possibly one of the worst Muta harass I've ever seen. Having said that, this actually, no, well, the natural saturation of the Nemu's not here looks kind of okay, I guess.
Sorry, I thought Nemu was going to run all of his Marines up that ramp right there. Sorry, what were you saying?
That's alright. I was just pointing out slightly lower saturation than I think I might have expected. But yeah, good catch on those Marines running up there.
I thought he was just going to march them all directly up the ramp because they're on a move order as well. So that would have been pretty horrible. That would have been a bit of a nasty sight, but good for Bakuryu, I guess. So it's just all good. Meanwhile, those Mutas continue to move around, continue to scatter about, but Nemu is producing heavily. I mean, look at this. All those barracks flashing away. He's got siege tanks coming, he's got science vessels coming. He's about to put out a pretty terrifying force with 3 siege tanks as a backbone.
Oh man, a couple of medics getting caught, but at the cost of a Muta and a couple of Lings as well. So that should have been a few free Mutas a few free medics for Bakuryu, but instead losing a Muta there, and he sees the big tanks force coming down as well towards his natural. His hive is not quite done yet, so he's not going to have defilers anytime soon. He's just going to have to buy time with creep colonies and lurkers. Notice how he's actually separating these creep colonies. He's not building, these sun colonies. He's not building them all clumped together in a line. So obviously he's using them to buy time rather than to actually do damage. So he doesn't want them to get splashed. He wants them to kind of be spread out and poking out to give himself as much space and as much time as possible for his Dark Swarm to get out, because really the only thing that's going to save him against that force is Dark Swarm. It's not going to be Sunkens, it's not going to be Lurkers, it's going to be Dark Swarm.
Yeah, it has to be Dark Swarm. He's just holding out for time with these Sunken colonies. That's all they're doing, because for some colonies, no way in hell they're going to be able to do any damage to a siege tank. So he's just buying time. That's all he's doing. He has Nidus Canals coming in, so that's going to help him ferry units around, but it's not going to help the actual defense. He needs this tech to happen. He needs it to happen now, but the Defiler Mount is only about halfway done, and of course Consume takes a little while to finish as well, so he's going to have to try and find a decent engagement position. He's going to have to try and overwhelm his opponent. The Lurkers unburrow and are continuing to leapfrog back, but this is looking a bit edgy for Bakuryu because there is a big army outside his natural, and unfortunately for Nemu throwing away a siege tank to some colonies, that probably shouldn't have happened. But look at all those Marines, they're just going to keep on coming.
Indeed they are, and there's 2 vessels there as well to help spot any Lurkers. I mean, man, Bakuryu is in serious trouble here. I don't know what he's going to do. He doesn't even have any units positioned to like counterattack or something like that. I was thinking maybe he could send some units from the 3rd to go counterattack the Terrence Natural, but there's, the siege tanks there already. He does have his remaining mutas at the 3rd to deny that, but I don't think Nemu even needs that. Nemu's going to go in here. He's got a defense matrix green. He should run that forward though to tank hits, but there's still a lot of Lurkers in the back. I don't think that's going to work out too well, but looks like Nemu, just with too many Marines here, is breaking through. The tanks need to come up as well. The tanks are not in range, and the Lurkers are doing a ton of damage to the Marines. It looks like Nemu got a little bit over eager here and lost most of his Marine Force, but isn't enough. The Defiler's out, but it doesn't have Consume yet. It doesn't have Dark Swarm, and this natural expansion is going down.
We have a drop in the main as well, which is going to take down the Defiler mount before Consume finishes. Oh my god, that is going to be absolutely devastating for Bakaru. It looks like he's going to go down. The drone's running into a stream of firebats. I think this is going to be it for Bakaru. Oh my goodness, Nemu. How are you doing this? How are you beating Bakaru out of this round? It looks like Bakaru is done. The Mustache Zerg is going to be crashing out of the tournament in the group stage. This is very unfortunate, but a beautiful finishing move right there for Nemu to drop units in the back, which really is has got to be the finishing blow for this. I mean, Bakaru is limping through this game right now. His only one saving grace could be the fact that Nemu doesn't have a third base yet, but Nemu's saturation is such that he's not even close to running out of minerals yet.
Man, I can't believe it. We doubted Nemu in the round of 24, and he made it through, and now we doubted him in the round of 16, and it's looking very much like he's going to make it through again. Oh, he's building a Mana Command Center at the front!
Oh.
He's building it's a random Mana Command Center, though. It's not actually close to Bakaru's base, but that is certainly a Mana Command Center.
Pretty conservative Mana Command Center, but it's there.
Oh man, it looks like sieging down Bakaru at the front, dropping him in the back. The spawning pool's gone down as well, so no more lings, even though the Defiler mount is going to be rebuilt here. And Bakaru, he's mining from just this one base at the top left. His tech is getting destroyed. He's got nothing he can do right now. All he's got is, I mean, he's denying the third base of Nemu, but who cares? And Nemu with another good D-Matrix Marine moving up the ramp here. It looks like it's not going to be enough. Or is it? Oh, that one Marine I think will be enough to kill that Lurker, but he's just going to kill the Hive.
Marines are pretty good, especially when they're D-Matrix, but yeah, it looks like it's going to take the Hive down, and there's pretty much nothing Bakaru can do about it at this stage. The Hive is destined to fall. He has another Defiler mount, but he does not have the tech, and there's no way he's going to be able to have it in time for it to do anything useful. And there's another huge army bearing down on the top left-hand corner, and very soon those Lurkers are not going to be enough. There's 2 Lurkers, not going to be able to hold out for very long against the number of siege tanks that's coming towards them. 5 siege tanks right there, going to be a scary, scary force indeed. Nemu knows that he has a science vessel up there, and it is looking good to take the game. Still, Bakaru is just holding on by a thread here. He's on incredibly thin ice, and I don't think there's any way he can really make a comeback into this. He's trying something, ferrying units around with that Nidus Canal, but he's clinging on, and it's not going to end well.
I mean, he's at 37 supply against 111 right now, and yeah, as you said, oh, here we go. Here's the BM. Oh no, don't do it to Bakaru, man. He's such a nice guy. Bakaru never BMs anybody, dude. Don't BM Bakaru.
I'll be surprised if Bakaru answers. I think he's going to be too gutted at this stage.
Oh man, and although to be fair, Bakaru does oftentimes kind of hang around in games a little bit longer than necessary. He has made a few crazy comebacks that I've seen, but
this is not going to be one of them.
I don't think it will.
I think he's. Oh, I don't know. I feel so bad for him right now, because in my mind's eye, he's too upset to answer Nemu. He just can't handle it right. Oh, that's so bad. I'm so sorry, Bakaru. But Nemu, yeah, he's looked the better player this game. Bakaru just wasn't on his game. GG.
GG, Bakaru.
Wow.
Oh my God, Bakaru is out. He's out of the TLS, and Nemu goes on. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 3 Zergs and a random going on to the round of 8 today.
Today has distressed me in a number of different ways.
I am shocked. Elegant. We had South Park 2-0 in Group A, Zeki almost getting knocked out, and now Nemu advancing over Bakaru and Project.
I mean, today is really surprising.
I'm just liquid betting Nemu for the rest of the tournament. I don't even care.
You may as well. I'm so glad I didn't liquid bet today, because I would have got thrashed. It wouldn't have been fair. I mean, my God, I'm so unhappy. I mean, big congratulations to Nemu. He completely deserved that. But Bakaru going out and G5 going out and Project going out. This has been a sad time for me.
You know, big congrats to Epoxide as well for being the only person who believes in Nemu and being right every time.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, man. Oh, my God. Oh, man. HPig, don't remind me. Don't remind me. I saw that. I saw that before the game, and I was like, okay, so in the live report thread for today's groups, Dodie, one of our invite players who's playing next weekend in Group C, said, if Nemu gets out of this group, I'll drop out of TLS. And I saw it and I was like, I should probably post telling him not to do that.
Yeah.
But I was like, there's no way Nemu's going to advance from the group. It'll be fine.
No,
he can make the bet and look cool, but there's no risk.
That needs to not happen. That would be such a bad day because I'm a fan of Doty. I love his play. I need him in the tournament. That can't happen, Doty. You better be watching. You don't drop out. This is scary.
Man. This is crazy. This is crazy, Elegant. But we need to wrap it up because that was the last game for today.
Yes, let's wrap it up.
You want to give a shout out to the sponsors?
Yes, I would love to give a shout out to the sponsors. So I'd like to extend my biggest thanks to our sponsors, Razer and Twitch TV, who have provided the prize pool. And clearly, Sale and I, fans of Razer gear. I love my Razer mouse. I always have a Razer mouse. And Sale representing the side as well. So if you haven't already, please try their stuff because it's genuinely good, and I think you'll enjoy it. And also big thanks to Team Liquid for helping put this whole thing on, because you guys don't quite see the sheer amount of organisation that goes on behind the scenes, but trust me, there are people working day and night to make this happen, so big thanks to Team Liquid as well.
Indeed, huge thanks to all those people, and thanks to the viewers for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoy yourselves, and remember to tune in next week at the same time, 21 CET on Saturday. I believe that is the 9th of March.
Yep.
We're going to be casting groups C and D, the last two groups of the round of 16, to see who the other half of the round of 8 is going to be. Now, those groups are going to be, well, if you're not a huge fan of ZVZ, those groups should be more interesting because, of course, there's only a single Zerg in each of those groups. So no chance for any ZVZs, in fact. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah, which is good because we've had our fill today, I think, and we've had a lot of crazy games.
And hopefully Doty will actually play in that group.
Oh, please. God, let Doty play in that group. We need Protoss.
Doty, do not be a man of your word. If there's one time to not be a man of your word, it is this time.
I'll come and get you.
All right. So with that, we're going to be signing off. I hope to see all of you next week. Have a good night.
See you later.